Welcome to Gator Bites. I'm Nick Abreu. The top talent in college football are getting ready for the pros, with the NFL draft starting on Thursday. Gator fans will turn their attention to receiver Ricky Pearsall's landing spot. After almost reaching 1,000 yards in his final season with Florida and a strong combine, Pearsall is listed as the number 10 receiver and number 44 prospect overall on ESPN's big board. In most mock drafts, he is projected to go in the late second round or early third round. He might go under the radar for most NFL fans, but Gator fans know that Pearsall brings a quick, speedy skill set that's useful to any team, and he is more than capable of adjusting to the ball and making spectacular catches. He's a dangerous weapon in the slot and can be a safety blanket for NFL quarterbacks. And don't forget his returning ability with the new kickoff rules. There are a few teams with needs at receiver coming into this draft, but I think my favorite fit for Pearsall is Kansas City at pick 64 at the end of the second round. At pick 32, the Chiefs won't be in range to get one of the top receivers in the draft, but 64 is around the hot spot for that second tier, which includes Pearsall. We saw last season how Patrick Mahomes was able to get rookie Rashee Rice involved with a similar skill set. Now, with Rice in legal trouble, Pearsall would fit right into that role. From Pearsall's perspective, it has to be more than attractive. He would get to work with the top QB in the league and would immediately compete for a Super Bowl. Another good option would be going back to his home state in Arizona at pick 66 or 71. They don't really have any notable receivers on their roster right now and will probably pick up Marvin Harrison Jr. or another top receiver at pick 4. If they can also add Pearsall, they immediately have a good young core of receivers that fits the time frame of Kyler Murray and leaves cap space for some other upgrades. That's all for Gator Bites. Let's get back to the desk.
It's kind of ridiculous what Saquon's been doing this season. I mean, over 2,000 yards rushing. It feels like he's ripping at least one, if not two, for a 60-yard touchdown every single game. It's absolutely insane. And if I were the Giants right now, or even Giants fan, I'd be absolutely sick to my stomach. I mean, you let Saquon Barkley go to a division rival, has a historic season. And I don't know if you've seen that clip of GM Joe Shane, his son, telling him to draft Jaden Daniels, and then
he's like, you only get one shot. You only get one shot.
Exactly. Another division rival ends up drafting Jaden Daniels instead. And those two teams that you missed those decisions on meet in the NFC Championship. I'm Nick Abreu, and welcome to Abreu's Clues. Today, we're investigating a player that's going undercover as the best candidate in the NFL for Defensive Player of the Year this season. This player is alone atop the NFL in tackles for loss this season with 13 and is in top 5 in sacks. At 8, he has more than stars like TJ Watt, Myles Garrett, and Nick Bosa. His team has won 3 straight games while only averaging 18 points per game. They also lead the NFL in takeaways with 21 this season. 2 of those turnovers, this player took to the house. This is on his first year with the team, moving from South Beach to the purple and gold, where he might be mistaken for the mascot. If you haven't guessed it by now, the player is Andrew Van Ginkel. Reunited with Brian Flores, Gink has brought this Vikings defense to the next level, and he should be the NFL's Defensive Player of the Year.
The Gator Roundnet Club is home to some of the top players in Florida. I checked out the club's pickup games as they prepared for their upcoming competition.
Some of the best Roundnet players in Florida practice with the Gator Roundnet Club. The club fosters a highly competitive environment that allows its players to simulate a real tournament game. Jared Beaufait is one of the phenoms of the club. Playing in the Premier Division just under the Pro Division, Beaufait consistently ranks among the top in the state.
A committee that voted on just rankings, and that is the skill ranking, which I'm 5th in. And then for actual tournament performance, one of our guys, he does some sort of stats to see what the performance is based on how you did in each tournament and who you played with, and I got 1st in that. So that was cool. So I tell people I'm number 1, but I'm not.
Although you'd expect Beaufait to be a long-time student of the game, he didn't get his start in Roundnet until his freshman year at the University of Florida.
I've been playing since summer of 2020, which was my freshman year, so this is going to be my 4th year playing. My brother who went here introduced it to me because he was part of the club.
The club is competitive, but also prides itself in the community and friendships it builds.
Yeah, the best part of the club is definitely just community. Spike ball is big on community because it's a very niche sport. So when you play with people a lot around the country or state, you become friends with them. And so our friend group of the club is probably the best part.
It's an inclusive environment that invites players of all skill levels to try out the game they love. Whether you're a pro or just trying to find a new hobby, Gator RoundNet wants to see their players have fun and improve in the process.
And we have all ranges. We have people who have never touched a spike ball all the way up to people who are, qualifying for pro. So no matter what, don't be afraid. Come on out and play.
Other people that are out here, both are sophomores, I'm pretty sure, but they just started playing and they've improved a lot since we've been coaching them a lot.
I'm here at Lake Alice Field, where the Gator RoundNet Club plays pickup every Friday at 5 p.m. And they are practicing for the USAR Southeast Regional Competition on April 13th in Chattanooga, where they will compete for a chance in Nationals in June.
There's a bunch of different divisions. I'm trying to place top 3 at Chattanooga in my division, and then I'll qualify for Premier. So hopefully we'll get that done in a few weekends, and then I'll be able to play Premier.
Gator RoundNet has historically had great success, even on the national stage. The club expects to have a good turnout in Tennessee, and looks to have a few players placing toward the top of the competition, and maybe even qualifying for the pros.
2 UF guys who are ranked 2 and 3 in Florida right now, Ben Goldfarb and Jack Coolbaugh. Their name is Prestige RoundNet. They have a whole Instagram account and everything. At Spikeball Nationals last year, they got first in the Premier Division. So technically they were the 17th best team in the world.
At least 4 players from the club are already committed to compete in Chattanooga. Tested through the friendly competition they have each week, Gator RoundNet looks to bring home silverware on April 13th. For Reptile Report, I'm Nick Abreu. This is kind of their last chance to really prove the caliber of team that they are this season. They've been lingering in that top 5 for most of the year, but it hasn't seemed like they've had the depth or even the star power outside of Walter Clayton Jr. to really elevate them to a team that people are going to think are going to compete for that national championship in March. So winning this game would prove that to everyone, that they can compete with any team that they want to. But after today, every team that we're going to play is not going to be as good as the Gators are. So they're all going to be trap games. They're going to be games where Todd Golden's going to be going to this game saying, if we lose, all we can do is fall. We have nothing to gain from the rest of the season. Gainesville Hoop Fest tipped off on Saturday, attracting talented players of all ages. Over 500 players participated in the competition at the Alachua County Sports and Events Center at Celebration Point.
It's a travel basketball tournament from teams to the Southeast United States. We have approximately 50 teams today, ages from the 3rd grade all the way through varsity high school.
Chiropractor by day, Eric McTurius spends his nights and weekends on the court. Driven by his passion for basketball, he organizes clinics and trainings for youth players at Rad Sports. Hoop Fest is run by his team, where McTurius puts them to work to raise money to travel across the country for competitive tournaments. While players use the opportunity to showcase their skills, he strives to teach life lessons through the game.
The training here is basketball is real short, right? But the attitude, the drive, the will to win, the effort is all about life, right? So we're teaching the kids that after this basketball, compete for a job, compete for a career, compete for life, right? So that's what drives me, is really just making kids have opportunities, maybe make better decisions in life. And I think basketball is a good place to start.
Many players are committed to their school teams and are working to better themselves before the fall.
Most of these players do play high school basketball or even middle school basketball, so this is their off-season conditioning.
Surrounded by talent from across the Southeast United States, the Gainesville Storm, a team comprised of Gainesville High School's basketball players, took the court this weekend. They're playing to keep their skills sharp in the off-season and to prove that they have what it takes to compete at the highest level.
From the end of our high school season until the beginning of our high school season, that's a time where we want to really try to grow individually and give our guys as much experience as possible.
Coach Barnes took advantage of the players' ability as a chance to develop their skills and improve their team dynamics. After transferring to Gainesville High for his junior season, Aiden Bell knows the importance of teamwork.
We had a couple of transfers come in, including me. I was a transfer from PK Young, so we didn't have much chemistry going into the season. And then season ended. Our record was 18-12. Made it to the second round of the playoffs, and then so here we are now. I think it's just building chemistry and trying to get everybody knowing plays and knowing each other as a team.
Hoopfest is just the beginning for this team's off-season. They plan on attending many more tournaments in the coming months.
When June starts up, we'll have all of our guys. They'll take a break from travel ball, and we'll go to different tournaments. Couple here in town. We'll go to Florida State. We'll go to the Villages and play.
Gainesville High School hopes to improve after their work in the summer. The Hurricanes know they can make a deep postseason run and plan on pushing for a state championship.
We're going to be a better team. Some transfers coming in, but playing in this tournament and in the summer in June, it's going to be very, very good for us, building team chemistry, and I think it's going to be pretty good.
For Reptile Report, I'm Nick Abreu.